You thought I was lying when I said I'd be back with another video, didn't you? I thought I was lying as well. That's the honest truth. I didn't know if I'd be here. I didn't even know what content I was gonna shoot when I made that statement, but here I am making this video. So big ups to me and thank you very much. So quick PSA, the audio on my last video was horrible. Yes, I heard it too. Couldn't hear. Rather say, I didn't hear it too. I couldn't hear a damn thing I was saying in that video, even at max volume. So, and I saw that after editing, post editing. I noticed that, but I still posted that video because had I decided to do reshoots and re-edit and fix that video, it still wouldn't have been out to this day. So I just put it out for the sake of putting it out. So for that, I apologize for the audio, but I don't apologize for putting the video out. So bite me, basically. So here I am with this video because I bought the PlayStation Dualsense controller to game on my PC, and it's been pretty great so far, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So let's get to the video. I bought the PlayStation Dualsense controller for two reasons, actually. The first reason is portability. I'll explain that. At times, after a day's work, I just want to come back and game. But sometimes gaming on a keyboard and mouse feels too tiresome and a lot of work. It feels like I'm competing or doing hard labor when I'm gaming on keyboard and mouse. So sometimes I just need a controller to just sit back on my chair and play games, and this works pretty fine. And now people are gonna ask, okay, so why didn't I get an Xbox controller? One answer: AA batteries. I hate the fact that the Xbox uses AA batteries still to this day to get power. That is annoying to me. Like, yes, the controller is pretty great, but the fact that I can't just plug it in and charge it is pretty annoying to me. So that's why I got the DualSense instead. So the second reason I got the controller was to play PlayStation titles that have been ported to PC. Games like God of War and Horizon, and soon Spider-Man. So I feel like playing those games were specifically made to be played on a DualSense, so they are configured and mapped to play wonderfully on a DualSense. And after playing Horizon completely on this controller, I can agree with that statement. So playing Horizon on a keyboard and mouse is possible and it's not a horrible experience. It works, you can make it work, but it isn't as intuitive as playing on a controller. Like, the controls are pretty great, yeah, it's like you can feel that it's meant to be played on a DualSense. So that's why I bought this controller. So, but the main reason was to play Spider-Man, because after playing Horizon, I knew that I would have the same experience playing Spider-Man on keyboard. So I didn't want to play Spider-Man on keyboard. So I got this controller to play Spider-Man, which is coming out this Friday on PC. So I'll be streaming that on my YouTube. Yeah, I'll stream that on my YouTube to anyone who wants to see that. But yeah. So how has the okay, now let me start off by explaining how to set up the DualSense on PC. So there are two ways to do this. So the first one is if you have your games, all of your games on Steam, on yeah, you just buy your games off Steam and all your games are on Steam, you won't have a problem. So the only thing you have to do is enter big picture mode in Steam, go to the control settings, and make sure it recognizes the DualSense controller, and the buttons will be mapped accordingly to the game, whichever game you're playing. Yeah, and that depends if the game is controller supports controllers. But on the other hand, if you don't have your games on Steam and have them on something like Xbox Game Pass, Ubisoft Connect, or EA, the EA app, or yeah, anything like that, then you'll have to do some extra steps to get the controller working, but it also works fine. So the one thing I had to do was install this app. It's DS4 Windows. It's not an official app. You can download it off of GitHub. I'll link it down in the description below. Yes, but it works amazingly. On this app, you can adjust all the colors, the color profile on the controller. You can adjust on that app itself. It changes the color on the controller, which is amazing. And you can have it map all the controls. You can even have the touchpad as a mouse tracker for your mouse, and have it do all the things that a mouse does. So it's pretty great, honestly. Yeah, so all the bells and whistles of the controller, like the rumbling, the gyro settings, you get on this controller when you're playing a game. I haven't found a game that uses any of these yet, so I haven't been able to use them, but they are available and you can test them on the DS4 app. Yeah, that's the only thing you have to do if you want to get this controller set, and then you're all set to play whichever game you want. The games will give back for haptic feedback on any game you play. So far I've played Horizon Zero Dawn, which does do that. Forza Horizon 5, which also gives that, shockingly. And what else have I played? Oh, Star Wars Fallen Order. Yeah. Let's get to what I don't like about this controller. The one and only thing I'd say I don't like about having a controller is the amount of buttons you have. You see, on a keyboard you have this slew of buttons you can map to do any and everything you want, plus a mouse which you can use. Oh yeah, on the mouse, this is my G305, which I'm still using, and it still works fine. I like its portability. I haven't gotten a better mouse, quote unquote. Yeah, I haven't gotten a better mouse because I don't see the need for it, but I'm pretty sure I'm still getting the G503. But anyway, back to the controller. Yeah, on a keyboard and mouse you have a slew of buttons you can map to do anything you want. But on this controller, you have 2, 4, 4, 8, 12, 16 buttons. You can map to do what you want, and 2 sticks for movement. A touchpad isn't really used that much in games. I haven't found a game that uses it. And then in consoles in general, let me get to consoles. I have, for the past, I don't know how long, I've always been against consoles, but now I'm against consoles for another reason now. Yeah, the Xbox I'm against because why do I need to get an Xbox when all the games on Xbox I can find on PC? Like every Xbox exclusive, every Xbox game that's been out has a PC version which runs perfectly fine. So I don't see the actual need of buying an Xbox for that reason. Now onto PlayStation. I was actually considering getting a PS5 recently. But last night I was looking at the price of PS5 games on the PlayStation Store, and man, are they fucking insane. Why do games on PlayStation cost twice as much as the games on PC? Like look at Stray. It costs half as much on Steam as it does on PlayStation at the moment. Like that's insane. Yes, like some titles are match like to like on PC and on the PlayStation Store, like the new Call of Duty that's coming out. Yeah, you can see that the prices are the same, but all these other games are fucking expensive on PS5. Like I buying a console would be a bad financial decision for me, because now I have to buy all these games, because currently I don't buy that many games because I have Xbox Game Pass on. Yeah, I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I basically get a ton of games for free, which are the games I'm playing right now. Yeah, I only have to buy a couple few games which are coming out every other month, like the new Spider-Man, F1 22, Call of Duty. You see all those new games, those are the only games I have to buy. But on PlayStation, I would have to buy all of the titles I want to play. And with PlayStation Plus doesn't give you that many as much games as Game Pass does, which is annoying. So that is the reason why I'm against console at the moment, because it's too fucking expensive for me. Yeah, it's not a good financial move, but eventually I'll get one, because I like the PlayStation titles, even though there are not that many PlayStation 5 titles at the moment out on PlayStation to justify getting a PlayStation 5. But in the future, in like a year and a half or two, it will have a decent enough catalog to justify getting a PlayStation 5. But at the moment, nah, I'm still good. I am still good with my PC gaming. So my verdict on the Dualsense is it's if you're used to, if you were a console gamer before, you would love having this as an accessory, because it's fun to have for arcade games and just relaxing. If you're a guy who plays stuff like FIFA, some racing games, then you will enjoy this. I use this to play story-based games which don't need me to be competitive. When I want to be competitive and play stuff like Call of Duty or any other shooter, I use my keyboard and mouse. When want to play racing games, I use my steering wheel right here. And yeah, so this is for relaxing and just laying back. That's the reason to get a Dualsense. But if you're a person who prefers gaming on controller, then you can play all your games on this controller. But as I said, you get all the bells and whistles you would get from this controller, and they work perfectly fine. Oh yeah, one more thing. So yeah, in terms of audio, if you want to get audio from the Dualsense controller, you'll have to be connected via USB-C. That's the only way you will be able to get the audio output. When connected to Bluetooth, you don't really get the output. I've tried a few times, but maybe there is a way, but I haven't been too persistent on that because I mostly just use the audio from my laptop, and that works just fine. So yeah, the verdict, this is a cool accessory to have if you're a gamer. Try it. This video is just about saying yes, you can game on PC with a Dualsense controller. That's what this whole video is about. So yeah, that's been it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, I'm doing all the YouTube stuff now because I'm on YouTube. So subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Oh yeah. One more thing. On my next video, I'll be talking about this steering wheel I got recently. Not so recent, but I've had it for some while now. It's the Thrustmaster TX Leather Edition. I use it for my racing games, Formula, Forza, all of that. So I'll be reviewing that on my next video. And if you want to see that, please subscribe. And once again, peace.